Hey everyone, Kim here with Abundant Life Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I am glad to be back. I am going to slowly but surely start uploading content again here. I took like a mini break to restore my energy and you know, sometimes you got to do that as a content creator. So I'm back and I wanted to share with you all what I've been loving in terms of decks for the last few months. I like to do quarterly month in reviews or quarterly favorites. So we're going to be looking at my deck highlight reels of April, May, and June. So if you're interested to see what decks I was particularly loving these past 3 months, stay tuned. So before I get started showing you my decks, I always like to show how I keep track of the decks that I use each month. And this helps me a number of different ways. I'll show you. This is my planner here. Okay. And I'm going to first take you to April. So what I do is I have like a dashboard in my planner. And here I list all the decks that I use in this tiny little print. I list them all here, and then I look at the end of the month to see which deck really stood out to me that I enjoyed using for that month, or that really I was like, oh, I forgot how much I actually like you, and I want to share this with my peeps over on my channel. So I write these all down, and then what I do is in this section here, I put down like the crystals I was loving that month. If I read any books, I put that here. And then all the oracles that, you know, my top oracles I want to ponder on and maybe use a bit more in the next month, I put them here. So that's how I come up with the decks for each of my favorites videos, is by tracking month after month. So like I go here, do the same thing for May, and so forth and so on. And that helps me when I'm doing my top 10 decks of the year that I like to do every year for the channel. So that does help me quite a bit in keeping track. If y'all don't know, I'm that girl. I like to track every single thing that I do, apparently. Okay, so let's get right to, first let's talk about the oracle decks that I was loving in April. So the first one is not going to be for everyone clearly, but I have to share it because I was really digging it, okay? So this is the Murder Mystery Oracle cards. It says Detective Cards with Clues and Insights by Melanie France. I just keep it in this little red velvety bag here. I took it, I can't remember how it came, but I keep it in this bag. And here are the backs. I use this deck for my Mystery Mystic Mondays, and yeah, I really thoroughly enjoy using this deck. Now, obviously, I am not using this deck for readings for love, for example, and not everybody's going to be called to do disappearance type readings. But for those who are called, I mean, they're quite insightful. And yes, I do missing persons readings, but sometimes I do suspicious death readings, or, you know, readings that have an element of mystery to them, whether the person is missing or deceased. So this is the deck that I use for when they are deceased, okay, or when they are presumed to be deceased, or presumed that there's like more than likely foul play, and like law enforcement has confirmed that, not just rumor. So we have surveillance cameras may provide important clues. And I think out of all the decks I'm going to discuss in today's video, this is probably my only one that I'm using in my mystery readings, my mystery mystic readings. Okay, so killer had an argument or disagreement with the victim. Victim stalked by killer. This has been an interesting and accurate deck, and I, you know, I saw it on another reader's channel doing similar type of readings, and I was like, I have to have it. And I realized that it's not going to be for every scenario and every reading, but when I pull this bad boy out, it delivers. It really does. I try not to do a full-on spread with them. The guidance provided in the instructions is, you know, it says pull 1, 2, or 3 cards one at a time. Pulling more than 3 cards may result in conflicting information. And so I tend to agree with that. I've seen other readers read like they just exclusively work with this deck and they pull and pull and pull, and their readings are fine, right? And spot on, I'm sure. But for me, I just like this more as like a clarifier or tying up, you know, the entire essence of the perp's involvement. This crime will be solved in the distant future. Money may be involved. So yeah, I'm not going to keep going. I think I might have an unboxing or a flip through of this deck. If not, let me know if you can't find it on my channel. And then maybe I might do like a deck in focus just for this deck. I'm pretty sure though I did do some sort of video. I hope. Can't recall. All right, moving on to the next oracles. And I'm going to show these two together because I typically use them together. So that would be Rebecca Campbell and artwork by Danielle Noel, the Work Your Light Oracle cards, and the Starseed Oracle. And I use these together because what I found, and let me be careful, what I found is that some of the cards or the oracle messages are really good for astral projection type of readings, or going into the cosmos, or tapping into that higher self type of readings. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's a little, the cards are different. And let me show you what I mean. So I have combined these two decks because this one I put in here is more for my mundane type of readings. The ones that are for the everyday kind of messages. Like, for example, actually, it'll be easier for me to show you this stack first versus this one, because you'll see the difference. I went through and picked out from both decks which cards I thought actually really belong together in a deck that I need. So it says, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Here's the card backs. This is the Work Your Light. This is from that deck. So I like that message. You're already doing it. You see this lady wandering off. She's already getting there. The Crumbling. What are you clinging to? This is another Work Your Light. If I had to choose probably between the two decks in terms of which one I would get if I had to choose, like let's say which one I would get first, I would get this one. I think I'm a bit more fond of this one than I am of the Starseed. Not to say I don't like the Starseed. I do. I just am more fond of this one. So, Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. The Initiation, I love this card. Rite of Passage, you're going somewhere sacred. Is this, did I mix these up? No, I don't think so. Hold on, let me double check. I hope I didn't. Because I am very picky. I think I might have accidentally combined them. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Let me show you what I did. So let's keep going. We got Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song. Frequency of sound. Diving deep. I like this one. Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? I like this one as well. You can see many of these are the Work Your Light, but this one's the Star Seed. You can tell by this mauve color here for the section where the keywords and key phrases are. So that's your Starseed Oracle. But Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you, and how comforting that message is, right? I remember. So these are more accessible messages that I can, share with clients, for example. Empathic Starseed. I have some folks who really align with that galactic type of energies and realms. And so, this is a deck that speaks to them, called Cracked Open. Let's see. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Pretty, huh? Big picture thinking. This is from the Starseed. The blue flame. So I'm not going to keep going on and on. Look at transformation. Let me just show you this one. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. And then, there's a couple I want to show you. The Great Gathering, it's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Deep cellular healing. This is from the Work Your Light. Kind of, it almost sounded similar to the transformation one that I just read. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Again, Work Your Light. Messenger. That's the Starseed. Mirror, who or what is triggering you. So yeah, these are my more practical messages that, they could be a little bit, in that other worldly energy, but this is the one I go to, and I keep them in this box. It's the one I go to when I want to work with it for clients. And then I'll just show you a few from here. This one almost feels like it needs to be over there. Your life is a canvas. Pleiades. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Take a break, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. I might put that over there. Weight of the world, boundaries, let go. It's not yours to carry. I like that. I might make it my own little deck over here. This is what I do with these two. I kind of mix and match, and depending on what kind of deck I feel like it needs to be birthed at that moment. And then I pull from the both of them and work with them together. That's the plus side to them being both Hay House, the same creators, kind of similar color palettes. Even the backs aren't that different from one another. You know what I'm saying? So it just works. Birthing a new age can stay over here. Double mission. Isn't it gorgeous? The Seas of Mintaka. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. You see what I'm saying? This is some journeying energy here. Like, you're going definitely on a journey with these cards. The Hawthors, deep love, mother's milk, birth is a portal. So different vibe than what I was trying to accomplish over here with this little deck that I've created. All paths lead to home. Interesting keywords, I'll say. And I'm not going to keep going because we still got more months to go through. So, yeah. I actually enjoyed working with this deck a few times, even in client readings. So that was fun. I was not expecting, I don't normally use these decks for that. But now we're going to move on to the tarot, because I'm going to talk to you about the tarot for a moment. Let me stick those over here. What I use with these two decks is my Moonchild Tarot. I use this in a client reading, and I really just love the messages that all three of these decks were giving in that reading. And so I was like, yeah, I need to talk to you all about this one. Here's the card backs. It's just glorious. Look at that. Look at the gilding on that. Oh my God. Just look at it. It's got a chunky guidebook. This is the first edition. I don't know if they've made any editions since. I have not been paying attention to what's been happening in the tarot market. So I don't know, but I know what I got. Let's see. So 81 card deck and guidebook. It is just deliciously chunky. I mean, everything is chunky. Even the box. Chunky. Look at that. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, it's quite special, this one. All right, so let's just look at this. Four of Swords. King of Wands. Three of Pentacles. Oh, I'm going to use this deck when we're done. I have some, I might even, I have a client reading I want to do. I want to use it. I'm going to see. I have to see. Seven of Wands. You know, it's not for everyone. Again, it's just, I guess any deck could be not for everyone. A Magician, this is a gorgeous Magician. But, you know, every time I've had a reading with it, well, typically, let me say this. I normally would use this deck for readings for my husband or my son. Rarely did I use it for client readings, but recently I have been called to start employing it in client readings, and I was surprised by the results of this deck and the things that I could pick up on. Like here's the Eight of Swords. You could feel the foggy energy, the coolness of the air, of what the swords for me represents, which is the season of winter. And this is Eight of Swords. She's sitting here. She's got this veil over her. I mean, and then this cauldron of steam. It's not fog, it's steam. But it feels like it is a cold winter's day in that image. And it just, you know, she, at any moment, she could stand up and free herself from this self-imposed little grave of swords she's made for herself, you know. But she continues to sit here. Two of Swords. I'm quite in love with it. And I never, you know, it's like, I don't always use this deck, clearly. It's in still really good condition. But, like I said, the times I've used it, it's been like, just amazeballs. All right, let's move on to, this video is going way longer. Way longer than expected. Okay. So now we have the Tasma African Tarot. I've talked about this deck a lot, probably even my last quarterly review, because I just really, really like it. Again, it's just, sometimes I'm into very luxe details in decks, and so this one has that for me. I have used this deck probably more so than I've used the Moonchild, for example. We have here the ribbon detail here. Discover the message within. Clamshell box. Boop, like that. Here's the guidebook. I've done for sure an unboxing of this deck. So if I've done an unboxing of any of the decks that I mentioned today, or some sort of video, a deck in focus, whatever, I will be sure to share the link in the description box. And also, if you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel. come on to the family. I do enjoy interacting with my folks in the comment section, so drop me a comment. Let me know what decks you were using over the last few months and what decks that I shared that really speak to you. So yeah, I could gush all day about this deck. I really could, but I won't because I talk about it a lot. I know I do. So you could check out the unboxing for sure. And I might even be mentioned in the last quarterly video. So I'm going to move on because otherwise I'll have you here all freaking day. Oh, and also while I'm thinking about it, please hit the like button. It does help the channel. I am working my way to 3,500 subscribers, you guys, and I would love it if you subscribe as well as share, as well as like, because like is probably the easiest of them all, and I appreciate you for doing it. All right, so that was a very long walkthrough for April. So I'm going to be right back to discuss with you more quickly the next couple of months that I was loving on some decks. Be right back. Okay, so let's talk about May. Now, first one I want to mention to you is the Sacred Self-Care Oracle by Jill Pyle. Illustrations by Tatiana Vindikina. This is published through Hay House. And I just really adore this deck. I adore it. Right now you can't see it. It's in that corner over there. But one of the cards that jumped recently for me was, I think it's Soak in a Bath or Take a Bath or something like that. And I sometimes need messages and reminders of self-care and self-nurturing and creativity for just the sake of creating for me and for what I want to create. I mean, that's how my little wand was born. It was because I had allowed myself a moment of pause to, get into a creative space. So, I just appreciate this deck for that. There was an indie version that I wanted to get. It was like more of a tarot size deck, but I missed out on getting it, and it's not a big deal because this works just fine with the mass market edition. Here's a guidebook, although it's pretty self-explanatory. I need to edge them, I think. I haven't decided what color. Positive affirmations, family, spending time with family. Dream journal. I've gotten back to doing that again. Aromatherapy. Health checkup. Something very practical but necessary for, real self-care. Write a gratitude list. Look for fairies. Probably look for the magical and the mystical and the everyday, I'd imagine, with that one. Build strength. Abundance planning, sing, read, sex, deep breathing, movement, watch a movie, and the last one is take a walk. So I'll definitely link in the description box the I'm pretty sure I did an unboxing of it. I'll link it so you can catch, if you are interested and want to see more, you can watch that video. Okay, let's talk about the next one. This is the Southern Oracle by Kate Pavick? Kate Pavick, okay. Here's the card backs. I love an oracle that is tarot size. It just makes me so happy. It's kind of glossy, but it shuffles beautifully overhand as well as riffle. Again, this is one of those decks that's not for everyone, but because my family is from the South, we use this deck. Or I use this deck because the sayings are, it's a bit of nostalgia. And I suppose I would use this deck with family members who speak this way. They probably would get a kick out of it. Sweet Tooth. And I'll definitely link the video that I have for this deck. When life gives you lemons. She has key meanings here: make lemonade, optimism, perseverance, opportunity, creativity, and genius. Hotter than blue blazes, passion, sensuality, I don't know, chemistry, longing, instant crush. A little something I threw together: accomplishment, triumph, self-esteem, confidence, talent, accolades, and fame. It's blowing up a storm. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So check out the video I have for the Southern Oracle if you are curious about this deck and this is like your first time hearing about it. Okay, let's move on to the next oracle, which is the African Goddess Rising Oracle. I talk a lot about this deck on my channel because I really, really like it. Abiola Abrams is the creator, and this is produced by Hay House. And it's got a standard guidebook. Here are the card backs. I for sure did an unboxing. Marie Laveau, Good Juju. There's Nudity, Katesh, Sacred Lust. Aunt Nancy, Betrayal. Oya, Storms. Mammy Gamba Bung. Speak Up. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Abolnimba, Harvest. Majaji, Manifestation. Do you see that? So check out the unboxing that I did. I'm going to stick these off to the side because now the tarot deck that I want to talk to you about may. I sometimes use this tarot deck with this oracle deck. And the one I'm talking about is the Afro Goddess Tarot Arcana's first edition. And it came with this gorgeous box. And then this wonderful little guidebook. Okay. So it came with that. Actually, I think I'm going to keep the guidebook with the deck. And it also came with a bag. So you see that? The continent of Africa there. The matte gold gilding. It's a little bit larger than the traditional tarot size, but it's not so large you can't use it. But because it's a thicker cardstock, it does make it difficult to shuffle, but I don't mind that. So if I'm like, here's Two of Wands, the Hermit, Goddess of Pentacles, here's the High Priestess, Ace of Wands. Let me see, do I have any? Let's just see that one, for example. So I like to use these decks together. I really enjoy using this deck. I used it I think for a reading for myself and then a reading for a client. Because most of my readings are virtual, I can use my first edition indie decks because I'm not using them often and they're not getting bumped and bruised. Oh, this is so just, that rose petal finish. It feels so good to the hand. Here's the Lovers. So let's see. So Lovers and Tanit, Pleasure. All right, so that's my faves for May. Now we're gonna move on to June. I'll be right back. So we're at June 2022, that is. So this deck is the Earthcraft Oracle. It's also a Hay House deck. As you can see, my collection is pretty well balanced between indie and mass market. So, yeah. Juliette Diaz and Lorianne Anderson. Art by Danielle Boudou Fortuné. 44 card deck. Here's the inside, which actually it's reverse. Check out the unboxing. I know I did one for this deck. Here's the guidebook. So I'll just show you a few cards. Here's the backs. And Run with the Wolves. I'm going to show you all Spirit Weaver, the tarot deck that I use this deck with, or commonly combine this deck. Sometimes I just use this as a standalone deck. The Shift. But every now and then, Sacred Temple, I will use it with this deck. Let me pull it out. It's right here. Oops. It is my Sacred Bridges tarot. May as well just mention them now. So here's the card back. Sacred Bridges. I love the size that it is. So we've got, let's see. Five of Waters, the Sacred Temple. The Ancients. Oh, Six of Waters. The Dharma Wheel, the Ancients. I really like this combination quite a bit. Ceremony and Offerings. Isn't that gorgeous? Let's see. Got the Devil. Oops, wrong pile. Thunderstorm. Two of Waters. So again, this is the Sacred Bridges Tarot, and I'm showing it kind of intermixed with the Earthcraft Oracle. Let's see. Spiritual Journey and the Hermit. Shaman of Stakes. You say Medicine Woman. Stakes or swords in this deck. And check out the, I'm pretty sure I published an unboxing as well as a full-on tarot combo video. So I won't continue to go down this path with you all because I've gone down it before. So I'll put all the links that are related to these two decks of videos I've done in the past so you can see why I love them so individually as well as working together. So let's move these off to the side here. because I've just got a couple more decks to show you before we wrap up this video. And then I'll be back for another quarterly, probably, let's see, would it be September, I think? Because I'm going to do the next one, it's going to be July, August, September. So no, it would be October-ish. I think I would be showing you my next quarterly review. So let's talk about this one. The Untold Truth, Hidden Dark Secrets Oracle. My Ugly Truth Tarot is the creator of this deck. I use this deck for client readings, whether they're clients, private clients, or through the hotlines. Backstep, painful, or betrayal. There's 3 different keywords on here. There's no guidebook. You don't need one. You can elect which card you feel intuitively that is, or which card's message that you're intuitively called to say, yes, this is part of the reading. We've got resentful, out of sight, out of mind, selfish. It could be all 3. It could be 2 of the 3, 1 of the 3. Enemy, outside influence, hater. True love, unconditional love, truly loves you. Feeling trapped, stuck, responsibilities. This deck does not hold back. Moving residency, relocating. Clinging, obsessive, possession. Doesn't play around, and I appreciate that. Past person, love, past lover. I really do. Stuck on the past, nostalgic memories, moving on issues. Projecting, blaming game, reverse psychology. Addictions, alcohol, substances. Queen, divine feminine, and empress. I'm only going to show a few more. I know I have not yet did a deck unboxing because I went straight to using it for client readings as soon as it came. So I'll do a deck in focus if you all are interested to see a full flip through. Guilty, regret, reflecting. Fear of commitment or marriage. Phone call, text message, or voicemail. King, divine masculine, or emperor. Last one, or maybe 2 more. Playing games or manipulation. And always on their mind, thinking of you, I miss you. So I'll stop there. If you all are interested, I can either put a deck in focus either here on the channel or I did actually do a full flip through in my Facebook group, believe it or not. It was a live stream I did like a couple of months ago. I sure did. So I need to make sure I tag it so you guys can find it. So if you are really wanting to check that deck out, you can go to my Facebook group, join, and you'll be able to see the full flip through. It was in one of my live streams. This is the Afro Tarot by Jessie Jumanchi. This will be the last deck that we discussed today. It comes now, I believe the second, I don't know if she's on the 3rd edition now, but I believe the 2nd edition actually has a gorgeous guidebook. I have the 1st edition, so that's okay. It has all the meanings for the majors and then the minors, but it's okay that it's like that. I'm not tripping. Here is the gilding. Here's the backs. I for sure did an unboxing of this deck, so check it out. Sorry for the weird lighting. 8 of Wands. 2 of Wands. Ace of Swords. I actually use this deck for readings for myself and client readings. Yes, even with nudity. It's the 6 of Pentacles. Because to me, I just really resonate deeply with this deck. 8 of Swords. Knight of Wands. 9 of Swords. So if you want to see the full flip through of this gorgeous deck, definitely click on the link and you will be directed to that video that I do a full flip through. 7 of Pentacles. This is just to let you know what I've been loving on, and I've really been enjoying my collection. Yeah, every now and then I might have to add a new deck because I've got a specific type of reading I'm going to use that deck for. But for the most part, I've bought maybe a handful of decks this year, maybe 5 decks, and they were mostly related to my Mystery Mystic Mondays readings, those kind of specific type of decks. And I actually use this one from time to time in those types of readings, my Mystery Mystic readings. So I've been adding decks, but just very few for this year. And I just have been loving the decks that I have in my collection. I've been thoroughly enjoying them. And it's so fun to share with you some of my deck babies. And I'm curious to hear from you. What decks were you loving in those past 3 months or so? What decks are you working with now? And if there's a deck I mentioned that I didn't do an unboxing or have an associated video, let me know and I'll help you out in getting you a video for it. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you all around. Take good care of yourselves. And bye for now.